Hello everyone. Today in Friday Facts I'm going to be talking about the belted kingfisher. In North America there are 4 kingfishers: the belted, the green, Emerson and the ringed kingfisher. But here in Canada we really only ever get to see the belted kingfisher, which is one of my favourite birds to watch. It's also depicted on the 1986 series of the $5 Canadian banknote. I always try to catch them on film as they're really photogenic with that head crest and the reddish belly band on the females. But I only ever really get a glimpse as they fly off laughing with their loud, raucous, chattering rattle of a call. Now, the most interesting fact for me to find out about these birds is that they regurgitate the pellet. Raptors like owls, hawks, eagles, they compact the undigestible matter that they can't digest, the bones, the feathers, teeth, nails, things like that, into a tight ball, and they cough it up again. But I didn't realize this happens in a lot of other birds, like herons and, of course, kingfishers. It's really interesting to watch. So I've got a couple of examples to show you. The pellet in a kingfisher is usually comprised of fish bones and scales, so it's a small, tight, round, white ball. The belted kingfisher is often seen perched prominently on trees, posts and other suitable watch points close to the water before plunging in head first after its fish prey. But they also eat amphibians, frogs, small crustaceans, insects, even small mammals and reptiles. Here is one of my favourite videos. It's a belted kingfisher with a good sized catch. Look at that fish. He beats it to kill or stun it, and also to knock off any sharp fin bones that may hinder digestion. Now watch carefully. See the pellet? While we are waiting for her to kill or stun her catch, you can see it's a female, see the red belly band? While we're waiting for her to position it so that she can swallow it safely, because she can't bite it or bite it in half or anything, she has to swallow the whole fish. Let me tell you a few more facts. The belted kingfisher is a stocky, medium-sized bird that measures about 1 foot in length with a wingspan of nearly 2 feet. The female is just slightly larger than the male. The species has a large head with a big shaggy crest. Its long, dagger-like, heavy bill is black with a grey base. The belted kingfisher shows reverse sexual dimorphism, with the female more colourful than the male, with that rufous belly band. Both sexes have a slate blue head, large white collar and large blue band on the breast and white underparts. They're really beautiful birds. The back and the wings are slate blue, and the black feather tips have little white dots. They're really striking to see. and down goes the fish. They don't have teeth, so the prey is always swallowed whole, and the digestive juices break down the fish until only the bones or undigestible matter is left, and the kingfisher then coughs that up, throws it up. Another interesting fact about kingfishers that I only recently found out about is they nest in burrows in the muddy banks of rivers and waterways. Their tunnels slope upwards, so if there's a high tide or floodwaters, the chicks are safe inside that air pocket at the top of the tunnel. That's so interesting. I didn't realise that they always have such pristine white feathers. You can't imagine them living in a muddy hole. And now that I've actually noticed many holes along the Fraser River and along the sloughs, so I'm going to be keeping a sharp eye out in the hopes that it's a kingfisher. I've always thought it was a mink or a muskrat or an otter, but I think maybe they could have even been kingfisher nesting holes. I'll let you know if I ever see one emerge. The belted kingfisher's breeding habitat is usually near inland bodies of water or coastlines across most of North America, Canada, Alaska, and the United States. They migrate from the northern parts of its range to the southern United States, Mexico, Central America, and the West Indies in the winter. If the lakes and waterways where the kingfishers live don't freeze in the winter, they often stay as resident birds in the area. I think it's often the case in Vancouver. We seem to have them year-round, although often in deep winter I miss them for a couple of weeks. The official conservation status of the belted kingfisher is of least concern, which is good news in itself, but their habitat is at risk. Recent surveys on Audubon indicate declines in population. This is usually due to loss of nesting sites along rivers due to development and disturbance during breeding season. So we must always try to be aware and protect this lovely species. Our waterways would be a quiet and lonely place without them. This map shows their lost habitat. Take a look. Mining, forestry, overdevelopment, marinas. I understand progress must happen. People need jobs and housing, but we must try to keep areas along the waterways as pristine as possible so their natural wild inhabitants have a chance of survival. Thank you for watching my Friday Facts video, everyone. Have a great weekend. Please feel free to share my video. Stay safe, be kind, please respect wildlife, and always try to put nature first. This week's show is for AP, my very first patron. Thanks for all your support and belief in my work and passion, AP. There's a link to my Patreon account in my description and on my profile page if anyone else wants to find out more about becoming a patron. Thanks everyone.